You can figure anything out. Everything is a skill, everything can be learned. If you think you're bad at something, you can always improve at the thing.
That I want are two of the most beautiful words in the English language.
I think you create your own luck.
The big thing I learned from this person is the importance of setting boundaries.
Be the friend that you want them to be there for you.
If I can just strike the balance between allowing for both, time for life and time for work.
I would say, take it easy, chill out, enjoy the journey.
I have a podcast, it's called Escape 9 to 5. I so far have like 9 guests. These are all the questions they have left. We're just wrapping up here, going to outside. Okay. Ready? Part-time YouTuber Meetup. This is Ali.
Yo, how's it going?
He has picked 2 questions. If you show the number 2 and number 4. Okay. Question number 2. What's one childhood lesson that you carry with you today?
I think the lesson is that you can figure anything out. Everything is a skill, everything can be learned. If you think you're bad at something, you can always improve at the thing. And so I was always bad at I was never confident, was really bad at public speaking, and I learned that I could improve those things. And now I'm pretty good at those things, I reckon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was a thing where my parents would take me out to the supermarket and would say, okay, anything you want, put it in the basket. And what I would do initially is just like take one chocolate bar, and they were like, that's it? And they also would say that I want are two of the most beautiful words in the English language. So I'm really trying to live into that, like just pursuing what do I actually want instead of what should I do, where, like, you know, what am I supposed to do?
Follow how you feel for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you. Question number 4. What's your coping mechanism and why while going and building your business?
Coping mechanism. My coping mechanism is complaining to my team, who then help me figure out what's the problem and what we can do about it. So I like having people around me to be like, hey, Melina or Alison or Iram or Tintin or whoever, I'm struggling with this thing. Should we talk about it? And we go for a walk around this park and then we talk about it.
That's a perfect question for you.
It's a perfect question. Sleep and breathing. Sleep and breathing. So if I don't prioritize my sleep, then nothing works. I've got a baby at home, and so it's really hard to get good sleep. So I have to make sure that I have very little caffeine, no alcohol. I have to go to bed at the same time every night. I have to make sure about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Yeah.
What time do you wake up?
5, 4. Baby wakes up at 4 sometimes.
9 hours.
You know, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but I don't get the 9 hours of sleep because the baby's kicking me in the face because we share a bed. He wakes up in the middle of the night.
How old is he?
He's 18 months. So we all share a bed, but he's sometimes like hitting you in the face and all these silly things. But so I try and get as much sleep as I can, and then I'll try to breathe through the nose as much as I can. And if I do those things, I can be more productive and I can be happier. If I let my sleep go, like tonight's going to be a bad night's sleep, so I've got to get back home. I won't be asleep till 11 o'clock tonight probably, so I'll feel it tomorrow for sure.
What would you do if you have only 1 year left to live? Everything else stays the same, but you know you only have 1 year left.
What would I do? Probably play more video games. Probably read more books. Probably go on more walks. Probably host more board games nights with friends. Probably play more sports. Yeah.
Only 1 year left. It's just like Steve Jobs, like when you have exactly.
Everything else stays the same.
Yeah, I will do the tax planning. Tax planning is kind of like it's not only for myself, because it's kind of giving back to the society. But it's not just
like a tax planning guide.
Okay.
So you pick a number and then I will give you the question. Pick one. What's the number? It's 0. Number 0 is a wild card question. What's one thing that needs to change in climate industry that you think for this to become a mainstream industry as big as tech?
The first thing that came to my mind was top-down approach. When the government, or in some countries the royal family, they advocate something, I think it's just much more likely to happen.
Policy can push it to become mainstream?
Yeah, I do. Firstly, I would say policy. I do think it impacts us in more ways than we think. So for example, if they put a tax on cars, as they do, that might make people go towards more climate things. But that being said, I also think people go where the money goes.
Yes.
More investments. People pouring more money into climate industry.
Yeah.
I think it's just adoption, really. I think you've got so many different people trying different things, and people are skeptical, and then some people are very passionate. And I think it's just an overall consensus, just getting people to kind of agree on what the priority is for, I mean, whatever it may be, whatever technology that is. So,
yeah. Your success, however you want to define it, would you contribute it to luck or hard work? Introduce yourself.
Lovely question
as well, because you've been on Apprentice and stuff.
Yeah, so just a bit about me. I'm 26. When I was 24, I got to assistant vice president at Barclays in commercial banking, and I worked really hard to get that position. And all of a sudden, I applied to the BBC Apprentice, and I got on the show. So I told my boss, and
you quit.
Well, I did. I said, "Can I keep my job and do the show?"
They wouldn't.
He said, "There's no way. There's no way you're doing that." So I chose the Apprentice, and I've never looked back. Now I'm looking to start my business. And I don't know what that's going to be in, but
success.
The question is all about luck, and to what extent is luck attributed to hard work, and to what extent is it to luck? It's funny because you look at some of the most successful people on the planet, like Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos said, "My success is attributed 50% to luck, 50% to the market. The rest of it is hard work." Yeah.
So there's no hard work.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I actually I think I've said it the wrong way around. I don't know if I've said it right. Jeff is trying to say, though, he's a massive proponent of being lucky. Warren Buffett, he believes that he was just plonked into the right place, right time. For him to be born in the US when he was so lucky.
How about yourself?
Me. So all these people think that luck plays a massive part. I think you create your own luck, as everyone tends to say.
I think so.
Yeah. And I think there are things you can do to just massively increase that surface area. Like coming to an event like today, the Part-Time YouTuber Academy.
We need people.
100%, like that's raising your luck surface area. So
I realize when people are in their 9 to 5, they don't have the choice to come here though. If I'm still working for my 9 to 5, there is no way I can come to this event and create my own luck.
No.
There's one quote I specifically like is, luck is like a bus. It will always come, but if you're not ready, you will never get onto it. That's what luck is.
I like it.
Yeah, I love that one.
And it's also like a bus, because if you miss one lucky opportunity, there's always another one coming.
Yeah, but
there's always another. But yeah, true. You need to be ready.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
That's all right. That's all right.
I think luck. If you want to get really deep, then everything is luck. You know, the people that you meet to become friends, the teachers that inspire you. Yeah, everything is kind of luck in a way.
Thank you. Tell me about the worst person in your life and what they taught you. Wow.
These questions are so good. Yes. Okay, so the worst person in my life, we won't name names. But I think the big thing I learned from this person is the importance of setting boundaries with anybody, with your friends, your family, co-workers. I think when you don't communicate like your own boundaries, then that relationship is always going to be a failure in your eyes, because people are going to push your boundaries when you don't feel comfortable enough to set them. So I think setting boundaries with people and saying no can be very hard, but it's important that you do them, because this person, he didn't do them, and because he didn't, I think that he resented a lot of people as a result.
Boundaries are really, really important.
But I feel like in his situation, even though it was really uncomfortable, he should have stepped up and, you know, said to his friends or family, like, hey, this is what I'm okay with, this is not what I'm okay with. So ever since then, I've always been very good with setting boundaries with people.
Yeah, that's a good lesson. Thank you so much.
My auntie.
Your auntie?
Yeah, she's a toxic bitch.
What did she teach you?
She taught me that people can be two-faced. They can be nice to your face and a snake behind your back.
Great lesson.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is someone who used to be one of my best friends. There was 3 of us in a group, and like I loved him a lot, you know. We've been friends since we were young, and once I moved to London, he had been giving me red flags as a friend. I don't know if you know what I mean. And once I moved to London, there was things that he would do that I wouldn't feel like a friend would do, yeah. And then once I moved to London, I lent him some money, and when I actually needed the money back, he like disappeared when I needed him. And I told myself, I'm gonna reach out to him. I know that he won't come through, but I'll give him this chance, and then I can let him go. And then I did, and he never get back to me. And after that, I let him go. And 7-8 years later, you can see how my group of friends, everyone has fallen out with him, which is not something that I'm proud of. But I think it taught me that when you want people in your life, it's really important to make that effort, and not because you think you got someone as a friend, they will stick by you no matter what you do.
He taught you how, what kind of friend you want.
A good friend, basically,
okay,
you know.
Okay, be the friend that you want them to be there for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
If you can imagine your life going well, what does that look like, and what do you need to be doing about it? It's a question from Dr. McJ, and she's a clinical psychologist, and she has a book called The Defining Decade and the 20-something Treatment.
To be honest, my life is going really well right now. I wouldn't have said this even 4 years ago, but I've made all these intentional changes. I was a full-time doctor, and now I work as a doctor 4 times a month. The rest of the time I'm running my coaching business, and I've got really amazing one-to-one clients. I've got group coaching, I've got workshops, I've got public speaking engagements. I've partnered up with 3 different female-led businesses recently, and we've got some really exciting plans coming up. I don't work on Fridays. I've got piano lessons, I've got tennis lessons, and I manage my time, and I live in the best city in the world, London. And yeah, honestly, I can't complain, but it's been a really intentional journey to get to this point. So I genuinely, it's really surprising to be able to say my life is exactly as I would like it to be right now, and I am so pleased. And I've got my health and everything, and good friends. So yeah, so definitely what I would say is anyone that does have big dreams, if you take the right steps, before you know it, you'll be answering that question and saying, oh my goodness, yeah, I've got the life sorted.
I love that.
If my life is going well, I think I have made time and space for the few things that are important to me, which are, I think at this moment in time, my relationships, my family and friends, doing things I enjoy, as well as maintaining a good sort of involvement with my work. I do love working as a doctor and training there, but it's a lot of freedom it takes away from you. And I think if I can just strike the balance between allowing for both, time for life and time for work, that is when I know I've made it.
Oh, nice.
My life going well. I think everybody around me being happy, me being happy, keeping fit and sleeping well, eating well, making lots of money.
Making lots of money.
And
what are you going to do about it then?
Oh, what am I going to do about it? Yeah.
How are you going to achieve that?
I think time blocking is a good idea, but in practice I don't do it. But really time blocking properly, adhering to that properly, because often I allocate 0 minutes to tasks that don't take 0 minutes, and so for that reason I need to time block properly and stick to that. I think that might help.
Yeah.